evening and welcome to the Proctor Selectboard meeting for August 25th. If you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first order of business would be to review and approve the agenda, and if we could remove the executive session piece, and we'll do that at the next meeting when Judy can be here.
Motion to approve with that edit to remove the executive session.
All right, second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. And a motion will be in order to review or to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Open public comment.
We came because we did read that there was going to be an executive session, but now it sounds like it's going a different week, which is fine. Of course, you know, we all rent over there and we're concerned about the water. And we just recently, just a few days ago, got notice from Travis that Garrett Maintenance is taking over the management. So we figured, I didn't know if you guys heard anything. So hopefully, you know, if there's overdue bills, they get paid.
There's a managed company that has been pulled in
Yeah,
to handle the affairs of Zion as landlord over there.
yeah, like a management company of the building, kind of like what Solomon,
Yeah.
Solomon, you know.
Simon, or,
Simon-
yeah.
Simpson.
Yeah, we have a
Simpson,
Solomon,
yeah.
Simpson,
Yeah.
yeah. So that might be good, we don't know, it's all new, you
Right.
know.
We don't know if you know.
Yeah.
We're telling you.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know what, I mean, that would be Judy who would be having those
Right,
conversations,
right.
so I don't know.
yeah, so that's fine, and you know, and it's fine that Judy's not here, but, you know, we're just concerned, so that's our public comments, that we hope that all of you realize we want to keep our business obviously
Right,
going.
right.
And we pay our rent and do all that. So that's basically it. I did read, you know, about the executive session, I sort of.
Right.
That brought us over here. Otherwise, I don't really have any other public comments.
do you, not that I suppose it really matters, but where is this property management company from?
Essex Junction,
Oh,
I guess they're all over the place, but. they-
Essex, she said today, Essex Junction and Montpelier are offices here in the state, but I think the main office is Texas, right?
Well, I don't know for sure, because, you know, you Google something and
yeah,
it could be a company that has the same name.
Right.
But I know that we mailed our rent in today and it went to Essex Junction. We made it out to Zion, but it went, so hopefully it straightens out some things.
right,
You know, we had questions for them too. We had asked them, you know, like, 'cause they have a portal and you're supposed to write in your maintenance issues, which this is all new, so it's, and so I just called and said, well, what if, like, they need oil, the building needs oil in the middle of the winter?
Right.
You know, it's not like something you just want to put on a portal.
right.
And hope somebody reads it.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, so that, exactly, so that's, you know, that's why we came over. I did write a note for Judy.
Okay.
I'll give it to Judy.
Yeah, you can put it right here in her
Yeah,
pile.
it's just, you know, stating our.
Okay.
And otherwise, I mean, unless Brent has something to say.
Why do you think why do you think they're doing that?
I have no idea.
That seems, it seems weird. That seems like it would be another expense for
right,
them.
right.
Right.
Seems odd.
Well, if you look up like what a management company does, and then they take, you know, I was at first thinking, well, how does it work? And so what it says, you know, if you Google it, they take a certain amount of the rent that's sent in.
Sure, a
So it's
percentage,
costing that
yeah.
money.
Right.
But we have, actually, we're just as clueless as everybody else. Travis just called and left a message. And then, like I said, we called Garrett, and they called back today, and it was basically you know, maybe you should come down and see the building just so you know
Right.
what's going, you know, how.
So
big
did
it
it start July 1 or August
Well,
1?
September.
September 1 is when they kick in and.
Yeah.
How many tenants are over there now besides you?
Well, that we know of, I mean, you know, Mike, us,
I don't know whether Tom pays rent, Tom Hogan,
Yeah.
but Tom is a little
yeah.
place in a cage. And then,
No, he has like a little storage cage for his tools.
we call it the
You know where
cages, it's
it's
down there
downstairs,
where they've
Right.
got chain link fence, and they always call it the cage. He's got a little cage
We let
there.
him out once in a while.
And then there is, Hirschman.
Yeah.
Oh, the
First
window
thing
guys,
I
yeah.
Right,
Has a space where they store lumber.
right. So as far, and then of course Preservation Trust has the museum upstairs,
Yeah.
which they own the collection, and they're technically a tenant.
Yeah, we don't know that relationship,
Yeah.
but.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
don't know, I mean, that's what we know, maybe there's somebody else hiding in there that we don't know about.
Sure.
Or that he collects rent for storage for something that maybe we don't realize.
What about the
gotcha.
garages?
If Martin and Marcia have that end garage,
Mm-hmm.
the very end one, which they had an arrangement to have for a certain period
Yeah.
of
They were
time.
grandfathered over a
Yeah.
certain period of
And
time.
then the garage is next to it, with the big garage
Right.
doors, that's where Hirschman.
Oh, okay, so what you,
Remember where Wes was?
yes, okay, so he moved out,
The old space where the power division kept their trucks.
So she knows because of Wes.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that whole space is
Yeah.
Hirschman.
So that's Hirschman now, Wes is.
Oh, okay.
Wes is completely gone, yeah. So that's really, like, if we know any more, we just thought maybe, you know, hopefully it helps having the management, because,
So, yeah, sometimes it looks a little disheveled over there.
yes, I agree.
I mean, I know the railroad company is over there and they, I mean, been back and forth, but it just seems like sometimes like the weeds are,
Right,
yeah.
That's Travers.
yeah.
yeah.
He has come down a couple times.
But,
Mowed
yeah, but
lawn
it
once.
still needs, yeah.
Yeah, it just like when you look by, I mean, you drive by, it just looks a little,
It's just tragic.
Yeah,
It
it's
is. It
traffic, and
screams
we still have
deserted.
People that drive in and
Yeah,
leave the
yeah.
museums open, you know, not every day, but.
I've seen cars there,
We
yeah.
still have cars go in.
yeah.
The other thing is, I don't know if any of you have any connection with the railroad, but we don't know why they left. If you notice that big equipment,
A
and you
big
know,
piece of machine right at the entrance.
and it's been there like
I
since
mean, without the
May.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it's like rusting away.
It's a nasty looking machine that
Yeah.
they dropped off, they never use it, just sits there.
And it's technically in Travis's parking lot, but we don't know why they dropped it off there, and they never, like, granted, they came to do the repairs, you know,
Yeah.
the gentleman with the cement or whatever filling in the railroad.
They were gravel.
Right, yeah. But they're gone now. I mean, they moved to
Yeah.
different
Right.
locations, but, yeah. So-
Yeah, I don't know, as we all know, the railroad does
What
what
the
the
railroad
railroad,
wants to do, right.
they probably think they're on their right of way for, I mean,
Is there any dialogue about them pursuing the takedown of that bridge?
we haven't heard any conversation about
Right.
that, I mean,
Actually, I looked at, like, I looked at, I guess your minutes from maybe last time, and it just said, like, Judy hadn't heard from the railroad.
oh, that was, we're talking about the
Oh,
trestle bridge over here, because it's in such, poor repair, that she's reached out to the railroad and, the state, because it's kind of, that, the trestle is again, kind of like the way the North Street Bridge was, pieces are falling down on the train, I mean, there's, you know, holes, it's just in, you know, really bad shape, so before we get to the point where they decide that we can't go over it, which would really be a burden, particularly with school starting, she's reached out to try to get them to come out and look and see if they could do some things like that, but, they're not very responsive, so that would have been what, that was a relationship. They did speak to us about having, you know, some kind of conversation with the railroad about that bridge, about, the buildings over there, and I'm not sure what obviously, they haven't come to any resolution because they're still,
If the bridge goes down, at that point, the proposal was that they would make this southern crossing a gated crossing.
oh,
That was years ago.
Yeah, that was all in the plan. By
Yeah.
doing that, if that bridge comes down, the gated crossing goes in, and then they would tear the front of the building off because they would be obligated to build an access to the back mill.
yeah.
And that, once that bridge is gone,
Yeah.
there's no access.
So I don't know, that's beyond, I mean, that's really there, and like I said,
That's the railroad.
yeah, Travis, I think it was Travis, because he was the one that has come, mentioned that, briefly, but other than that, I mean, we haven't had any correspondence about it or anything like that, so. Yeah, I mean, at one point Amtrak said when they were first starting to go through, that those,
Right.
after we moved out from over there, they said those offices were gonna be torn down. So, that's been,
Several years.
Yeah.
You guys were over there.
yeah, so, yeah.
So I guess we're okay. We'll let you get back to your,
The executive thing, if it's about Zion,
yeah.
we're interested in because we certainly have skin in the game.
Right.
Sure, yeah.
And what happens on that front could greatly affect it.
Yeah, the only reason we took it off tonight is because, Judy couldn't be here this evening. And so it's just better to have her here when we're doing that, because she's the one having the conversations with all of these entities that we're discussing, so, otherwise, we're just kind of.
She's got a managed company in the mix.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it's just us talking amongst ourselves. So she'll be here at the next meeting and the September meeting, and it'll be on then to discuss.
That sounds good.
All right?
All right,
All right, we're good.
take
All
care.
right, thank you.
You always say bye.
Thanks for the information.
Bye, Linda, good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, the bills have gone around.
Oh, I didn't,
Oh, well, and, the next is nominate and appoint Lisa Mizer as representative of Rutland County Solid Waste. We haven't had someone as solid, on the Board of Commissioners for a while, and so, someone reached out and said that, they don't always sometimes have a quorum or things like that, so I said I would, unless somebody else wanted to do it, that I would go and do
I
it.
make a
Just,
motion that we appoint Lisa Mizer as a representative to Rutland County Solid Waste.
I second it.
all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. The other is the property on West Street, and I don't know if Judy put it in her, manager's report, but we've had some. No, but, when we spoke, she's had some calls about, complaints about the property, that more items are being brought, to the property. So, kind of just, what would the, direction of the board like to be? Would you like her to reach out to the property owner again, which seems to take us about no place? I don't know,
Which building is this again?
the Mace property,
Next to the castle, if I had to fight.
the house that burnt, a couple years ago.
All right.
And so, they were waiting for a time there because the state said they had to stop because they were concerned about the tank and asbestos, all of that got done. And, the concern now is that it, seems, and this is from people that live over there and some calls that have come in, that more items are coming to the property, that it's kind of being used as a,
Dump site.
dump site. Yeah.
Who's bringing these items, do they know?
I'm thinking the property owners, it seems like, so.
In one of our ordinances, is there a provision that we could mandate them put up a fence so it's not visible from the street? And
I think one of the, I think we can in the grant,
Yeah.
ground ordinance. One of the other concerns was from, and I mean, as the weather gets colder, maybe not so much, but that there was a uptick in rodent traffic, I'll say, was the comment, because, well, the property has been mowed. I think at one point, someone said they were coming and mowing like,
Yeah,
like
just
a
a tiny-
portion of it. And now that's kind of stopped too, because there's just kind of like piles of things. I have to say honestly, I haven't been that way for a while, so I can't attest to what that looks like visually.
Is it accurate saying that more stuff was brought to the site, or is it they're trying to clean off the foundation, where the fire was, to get at the material that's, in the basement?
No,
And they're just kind of sorting it.
No, I can't believe as much stuff that's on that property was in that house. I mean,
Yeah, that was all heat, that was a solid mound, pretty much.
right, but and everything looks like it's starting, all the piles are starting to like sink almost.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, if
Yeah.
maybe some of that stuff maybe.
I don't know,
finding its
because
way out,
trees
so-
were cut or trees fell on,
Yeah, that's right,
on
those
the
trees
house
behind
too. So I'm not sure. I don't know. The
But that's
calls have
certainly-
been that, items are being brought to the property, so, and I think that was a concern back when maybe they had somebody, I don't know if they contacted you or Judy about there was burning over there and.
Yes, yeah,
and
and that's why I
like
say I
that.
was down there, and,
Yeah.
they were pretty good about what they were burning. It was,
Yeah.
it was permitted, the stuff that they were burning.
Yeah.
And the neighbor thought that they were burning, stuff from the house, and they weren't.
Yeah.
You could, if it's clean, untreated, 2x4s, floor joists, rafters, I mean.
Yeah.
If they were clean, just the lumber, you can do that, but they were in compliance with the regulations. But, I don't know if Judy could just reach out to them and say, what's, this that we're hearing about additional materials that are being brought into the site. The only thing that should be happening there is the material that's there is taken out. And,
Well, and we did send a letter, after we'd given time for the asbestos, once that had been cleaned up, and then we'd given a deadline to have things cleaned up, and it doesn't seem like,
yeah.
I don't know, that anything is transpired, other than, there was
What would
a,
it cost to clean up the lot? I'm not saying that the town.
I have
does
no
it, but,
idea.
A lien on the property, and again, are there any other liens, on that property?
Well, there's no water or sewer out that far, so it'd only be property taxes
Yes.
at this point,
Well,
so.
Yeah. But does any other business have a lien on the property currently
Oh.
on the books?
Yeah, I have
You know,
no,
if-
I don't know.
That would,
Oh,
these
these
kind
are
of
all things I
influence,
think Celia should
decision.
be able to answer,
yes,
Yeah,
somebody
but,
look at
yeah.
the books and see if there's
Yeah.
any liens. 'Cause
Yeah.
I would hate to think that we would get involved in any way to try and clean it up if there's liens, that somebody else.
Well,
would
I really,
entitled to clean property,
I'm not sure that's a position we wanna put
yeah.
the town or taxpayers in anyway to clean it up, cause then you've kind of put yourself in a, I don't know, strange little pickle there if the
Yeah.
next time something happens that you're obliged to,
clean up again.
yeah.
I think we have to look at the other avenues, because I don't think they're gonna clean it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the flip
You know,
side, yeah, people are saying,
I
Yeah.
don't-
what are you
I
gonna
don't-
do with that?
They've had plenty of time, we cleaned out the asbestos, had the asbestos tested.
Yeah.
and, it's had plenty of opportunity.
Well, there was a deadline given, right?
Yeah, there was, it was
Or
like.
what? I mean, a deadline.
Well, I mean, that's the problem. There really isn't, I mean, the enforcement pieces, you could give a ticket and then those become compounded, but, at that point, we didn't, because if you recall, it was kind of late in the fall when they had done it, so we were going in. I think the deadline was like October, end of October, mid-November, something like that. So there was some concern about, just logistically with the weather and things like that, them being able to make an effort to do that. So, and, I mean, we're kind of in the same position here again. We're going down that path. So, I mean, I guess we could have Judy reach out and ask them for a plan come spring. That seems like that would be, I'm not sure that, while I understand putting up the fence, and it'd have to be a pretty tall fence probably, so you couldn't see that, because the house sets all the way back there, and the property kinda is,
You'd
but I'm
rather put the
guessing.
fence back, just in
Yeah.
front of trash, but.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that even if, they're not investing the funds to clean it up, I'm not sure they'd invest the funds to put a fence up, and, that's not addressing, like I said, the bigger concern for people were the uptick in wildlife, so, but maybe we'll have Judy reach out to them, give them a call and write a letter and, see what the status is and, ask for the plan.
Because they can still operate or do what they gotta do in the wintertime. I mean, nobody lives there.
No, nobody
Well,
lives there. Well, I think the problem was during wintertime, it was like snow, it was,
Well,
that's
all right,
yeah, I know.
all right? Just snow can
Probably
be
our
lived.
depth of compassion is, even though there's a lot of people I'm sure disagree, but, I don't know. Yeah, so maybe we'll have a reach out, ask what their cleanup plan is, and then, have a report back and we can go from there. I mean, that's really, the next thing is like, under the ordinance, issuing the ticket, and then, it just compounds, kind of like, until you do what you're supposed to do, so, and then that would, at some point, you would have a lien for that on the property, so.
Right.
But we had that discussion once, Lisa, about including a copy of the ordinance, showing them that this is what you're looking at.
Yeah,
About
and we
being
did that,
fined.
yeah, and we did that with
Oh, we did?
yeah, when we
Okay.
sent out with the last letter that we sent around this time, after they had done the asbestos, we had all that done, and we sent and gave the drop dead line, so, the deadline about cleanup, so. It's really kind of just starting again, and like I said, it's still just, people don't always get so excited about that ticket, because then you can go to, where's it, White River Junction, and, they, just like with when they give them for the dogs or whatever, they seem to just, I don't know, kind of wipe them clean or cut them in half or something like that,
They
we've seen
can.
before.
They do that?
Yeah, because you can, I think it's, part of the ordinance too, it says something in there that you can ask to have it done, so. But why don't we start out with that, have her call, ask what the plan is, and then we'll follow up at the next meeting to see, if she has any more information on that. So. All right. Motion would be in order to go into the Board of Water Commissioners.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
So we have we're on the final leg.
What article are you on?
So we finished up with, we're at fire hydrants, which is page 12. So we've got 3-4 pages left. And some of the last stuff is the last page really isn't anything to deal with anyway. So, yeah, we went through, and so we're at, page 12, fire hydrants. So I don't know if anybody had anything just to start with, or in fire hydrants?
Nothing on fire hydrants.
Okay. All right. The next article is, access by the town. Which is at the bottom of page 13. Was there anything that anybody had there? And this is probably a little something we should have maybe, Judy and maybe Kyle read over. Cause this is more worker related, don't you think?
Yes, yep.
So there might be some things in there that they don't want in there or they would like to include something. All right, and the next article is protection from physical damage.
I have nothing on that one either, Lisa.
Okay. All right, anybody else?
No?
All right, then we have penalties.
I had nothing on that again, because it's all driven by state statutes.
Yeah, and the last part's kind of hard too. Amendments, severability clause, conflict, ordinance in effect. So those are all just kind of at the end of the last four, because they're at the end of just about every ordinance is a manner of process. Was there anything else did anybody have anything for any of those? Is there anything after we've gone through that you've thought about, wanted to go back, change, look at, or we'll just take what we have and make, I guess we'll do a red line draft so you can see what it is
Yes, I would like that.
we've taken out. Okay, so that's what we'll do. I'm not sure if we'll have that for the next meeting, but we'll definitely have it for the last meeting of September. So we'll do a red line draft, strike through everything we're taking out. And then do a different color with the things that we've said we're gonna add.
Okay, yeah, that would be nice.
So maybe that'll be in green or something. It'll be very festive. Okay, does that work?
Yep,
That works.
Okay.
and part of that review, Lisa, ultimately, after we do the ordinance, the, rate sheet, we'll also look at that one. And
Yeah, so I think like, once we get this where we want it to be, then we can, go to the rate sheet, because then this will kind of drive what the
Yes.
rate sheet
Yep.
should look like.
I agree with you.
Okay. So I think we need to finalize that and then do the rate sheet. Okay. Motion would be in order, leave Board of Water and enter the Board of Sewer Commissioners.
So moved?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Does anybody have any business for Board of Sewer Commissioners? I don't know if anybody's been down to the sewer plant. She didn't leave anything about what's happening down there. You live down there, Jay? Any
I
big
haven't
trucks
seen-
going through?
Well, there's activity going on, but
Yeah.
as far as trucking in and out is very
No?
minimal.
Yeah.
Or I'm not there, I'm not seeing, heavy traffic of any kind.
Okay,
So if they're doing it very quietly
And with no odor.
and with no odor. I don't smell anything, yeah.
well, that's good.
That's a good thing.
If
Yeah.
they're actually hauling out,
Yeah.
then, they're
All right.
they're very good about it.
Maybe we'll try to get, update for the next meeting on that. So, all right. We'll leave the Board of Sewer Commissioners and reconvene the Select Board. You have your sheriff report. Any questions about the sheriff's report? There were some big tickets.
Yeah.
or the other night, last night, we went into Rutland, and a vehicle passed us going into Rutland, and then Saturday, we were on West Street, and a car passed us right by the old house of McCullough's there. West Street.
Oh, yeah,
I
I've
guess
had
so.
people pass. In fact, I tried to get the license plate because I could not believe she passed me. It was right by Esther Capens coming into Proctor,
Oh, yeah,
you know, and it was right around that corner. It's like, oh my Lord.
yeah.
And by
Yeah.
the time I got down to the straight stretch, I couldn't even see her. She was already past McCullough's house and everything.
Yeah, I was like, I've never had anybody pass me on, West Street before, so I was like a little gobsmacked.
Still get
but-
them coming out of Pittsburgh by East Street.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're still passing people there?
Well, I came out and was headed north, like towards the Mobile, and on the corner, by Atwoods there, coming just into Proctor. A kid had come around that corner and he was probably doing 60. And he was wide on the corner. He came by me and he was gone, he was flying.
Yeah.
And the thing
I thought,
is,
what the heck?
there's a good police presence in Proctor, you know, the
Yeah.
sheriffs and the
Yeah.
state police, so it's not like they're
I know.
You can hear
invisible,
him.
they're visible.
He was gone. I don't even know if
Well,
he's-
yeah, they've been setting right there, what is it, Newton Street? I think now that soccer has started, I noticed, I went to a scrimmage, and he was right there. And he had somebody, and then the next thing I know, he had somebody else, and there's kind of no place to pull over, and he followed them all the way to the field, and they pulled over by the gun club there, so, for a ways, but even when I left the scrimmage, that week, he was parked back down in there again, and I noticed they have a habit of doing that once soccer starts, they, you know, which isn't a bad thing, it reminds people to tamp it down, so, but, yeah, I just noticed, like, you know,
And that must be the reason why they're, you know, in the south parking lot of the high school. He's parked way back in there and just watching the traffic going
Yeah.
up and down Park Street, knowing that school is gonna open this
Right,
week
right.
and
yeah,
make sure of that.
yeah, it's not the
As
worst.
safe as it can be.
Yeah. So, all right, and manager's report is in your packet, so, we had a park and rec meeting, and they decided due to, attendance that they're, until they change over for, ice skating, which will be September 1st, they'll be open Friday evenings from 5 to 9. The pool closed on the 15th of August, and Gannon stated that at the meeting they had a really good turnout, good season, and suggested we started recruiting for lifeguards currently. So we'll ask the principal at the high school to share that out and put that in, and yeah, if you know anybody that's wants to be a lifeguard. They'll probably do a course, we thought, maybe like in January or something like that. So, if we have people, it'd be great to be able to get them in there. Paving on Gorham Bridge, and Judy's asked if the state would stripe it once it's fully paved.
And they also did Warner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
are they done with Warner then?
Yeah, well, yeah, all the equipment's gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right. Doing water shut-offs this week, and she'll have an update for the board meeting at the September 8th meeting. Reappraisals are going on. So you could schedule an appointment if you wanted to, or if they're in your area, they'll do a knock on the door and just show up. You don't have to let them in, that's your prerogative, but they will be, on your property measuring. I don't know if they're taking pictures. I haven't seen them anyplace, so I have no idea.
Tomorrow at 2:00.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if I know they said they would be measuring, but I don't know about pictures or anything like that, so. But they said, I spoke to Lisa Wright about something, and she said they'd had a pretty good response, and people were receptive, and, yeah, they were surprised the number of houses that they actually had gone into, so, good. She's followed up with the Forester, on the remaining Florence Road timber lot and marking trees, and hopes to be completed with that harvest by early September. And she has letters that need to go out for, ground maintenance ordinance, so, I don't know, my yard, probably there's 6 weeds you could mow down, otherwise there's nothing to.
My backyard is brown.
Yeah, it's crunchy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's like 5 like straggle weeds that are like this tall. You just gotta go out with the
There's
pinchers and get.
There's still 3 houses at least on West Street.
Oh, yeah. And we have a house in our neighborhood that's vacant now, and yeah, they haven't mowed. It's pretty high too, so. All right, any other old or new business? Took off executive session, so motion, tomorrow night is the barbecue at the high school. You're all invited for the glorious back-to-school feast of hot dogs and casseroles and mac and cheese and all kinds of goodies. So we have a lot of new teachers, young teachers, couple teachers, couple Proctor graduates that'll be at the elementary school, so that's nice that kids have gone through the system and want to come back here and start their career. It's nice to see, so. Soccer's starting, there's a scrimmage tomorrow at noon, or Wednesday, I mean.
Well.
Tomorrow, boys tomorrow.
We were playing Whitehall at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, but Whitehall did not have enough players to field the team. So the athletic director was able to set up a scrimmage against Fairhaven, and that was gonna start at 3. But since they set that up, they said, no, that game has been canceled.
Oh, cause
So
I,
there's no scrimmage.
well, I saw boys, I thought boys had a scrimmage at noon
And
against Woodstock,
Woodstock.
yeah. So, and the Jimmy T is this
Saturday,
weekend.
yeah.
First game, girls is 11, then, there's a game at 1 and boys play at 3. So, it's a nice game, nice to come out and kick off the soccer season. The kids look good. I went to, a scrimmage for the boys and one for the girls, and there's a new coach for the girls, and they seem to be doing well, and, Joey Parker's coaching the boys with some help, and yeah, young but energetic, and they did well, so nice to see. All right, motion would be in order to adjourn at 6:38.
So moved.
Second?
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you.